So we have been talking about, oh, I really like how table 5 does not, or table 6, I mean, does not have their iPads in their hand. They should be down and turned over. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Michaela. Okay.
I can make it up. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Judy, for doing that without talking and without talking to your neighbors. So we've been talking this week about nonfiction, right?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you can tell me what parts of nonfiction we've already talked about. Ani? That's in writing, but remember in reading we wrote in our writing journals, and what did we write about? On Monday, when I wasn't here, you talked about what?
Table of contents.
Table of contents. Thank you, Kylie. And on Tuesday, before we went to exploration place, what did we talk about?
Index.
You remember?
Index.
Yes. Yes, but in reading, we talked about table of contents on Monday. What did we talk about on Tuesday? Tell me. Index. Thank you. So today, we're still talking about nonfiction, and we're going to be talking about glossary.
What is glossary?
We're talking about glossary. I want you to, where would you find, raise your hand, where would you find the table of contents in a book? Gustavo, where would you find it?
Like page 2.
Page 2, so that would mean it would be where? The beginning or the end?
The beginning.
The beginning, right. Where would you find the index? Think of somebody that I haven't heard from. Michaela? At the end. Very good. We're going to talk.
I said before you did, Michaela.
So you told me about index. Thank you. It's okay. I really like how it's not a competition, Silas, right? Okay. And I need to hear from more than one person because I need to make sure that you learned. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Today, we're going to talk about glossary. So I'm going to open our book that we've been doing. Remember what book we've been looking at?
The Great Wall of China.
The Great Wall of China. And that was in Big Universe, right? Thank you. Let me see if I can find Big Universe. You may go ahead and open the Great Wall of China and Big Universe. Silas, I want you to look off of somebody at your table. So why don't you look off of table? Since Green's not here. At 9:30. Give me a thumbs up. Or give me 5 when you have opened the Great Wall of China on your iPad. And yours is like finding the table of contents, and you can thumbs up when you found it. We found the table of contents. That doesn't require talking to your neighbor. It just requires a thumbs up when you found it because you're looking on your iPad. Okay, thumbs up when you found the table of contents. Now find the index. Thumbs up when you found the index. Did you find where the index is looking at your table of contents?
Yeah.
Okay. Now find the glossary in our book. Thumbs up when you're there. Thumbs up, not voices, right?
Yes.
Alright. I want you to, I just see 1, 2, a couple people found the glossary. 3. Thumbs up when you found glossary. Ani, Dominic, Bree, thank you. Hazel, Silas, thank you. Gage, thank you. Kendall, thank you. Harper, Jackson, thanks. Thanks. Kimberly, 3. I just saw you, but I hadn't said you yet. Yes, if you need to me, we should be having our hand up, not our voices out. Yes, sir.
You need to say that I took my book.
And that's what we need to talk about at reading. 3rd grade.
Yes, ma'am.
3rd grade.
Yes, ma'am.
That means you stop and you look at me.
Okay.
If I continue to hear not nice comments or not nice gestures, then you lose 3 seconds of. Alright, I want you to look at the glossary that you have in front of you and tell me if you can let's look at this. I want you to look at it while we go over it. So I hope you are looking at it with me. What do you, look at the glossary. The glossary has what in it? It has words, but what do the words have there, Kylie? Facts. It has facts, or it has what? Has definitions, right?
That was my thing.
I'm sorry. And then let's also look at it. So it's kind of, a glossary is kind of like a mini.
Yes, I can.
I told him he's looking at Hazel. The next time I hear somebody telling Silas what he should not be doing, it has a glossary is kind of like a mini dictionary. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Because it has definitions of the words on there, right? Yes. You need to be in your chair. And it helps us. Is this a big long definition? Look at your glossary. Are those big long definitions?
Yeah.
Are they?
No.
No. What kind of a definition is it, Hazel?
No, they're little short ones.
It's little short definitions, right, Silas? Right, Gage?
Yes.
You need to be looking at her glossary.
She totally messed it up. He told me.
It has short definitions, and it's like a dictionary. I want you to look at look there. If you need to, you can look at mine. What kind of order is this in? Do they just put the words on there?
ABC order.
ABC order. Oh my goodness, isn't that awesome? Does that make it easier to find things?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So now what we're going to do, I want you to leave your glossary there on your desk, but I'm going to call Table to go and get their reading journal because we're going to write down all of the important information about our glossary in our reading journal so we don't forget it. So if I call your table, then I need you to go get your reading journal and something to write with. Table 3, table 2. Oh, I look at how good table 2 and table 3 walked over there without talking and are getting their reading journals out. Good job. How table 3 is ready. And table 4. If you have your notebook up, you're ready to go.
I can't find my journal.
I told Bree to use a piece of paper for right now. So go get one out of the tub. Out of over there. Alright, you're going to write on the top. We have been talking about glossary. So you're going to write glossary. And draw a line underneath that.
Hey, I used an orange too.
Oh, amazing. Great minds think alike.
I used red.
Oh, let's not shout out what we're
Teacher
using.
can't even like me.
I've noticed that the people who follow directions and did it without talking and were where they needed to be are right with me. All I do is write glossary, Pagan. So when you have glossary on your paper, give me a thumbs up.
Okay.
Okay. And I've noticed that you might be a little bit further behind us because you had to go get a piece of paper. So go ahead and get yourself caught up and give me a thumbs up when you're with me. But the people that are with me are the people that aren't talking. Right? Alright. Who can name something for me about the glossary? You're almost there, Gage. Keep going. Silas, what do you remember that we talked about? Where is the glossary? What part of the book is it in?
It was
The front or the back?
the back.
It's in the back of the book.
Yes.
So I'm going to draw a star. Draw a star. That's Silas. What did I say about that? You go.
I didn't say anything.
I'm going to write
Let's bet it's smaller.
back of book. Just like that. Nope. Silas, we're not talking about it anymore. If you want to stay with me, then you need to stay with me and stop arguing. Thumbs up when you're there. Thumbs up when you're there. Good. Alright. I see a couple people that aren't there. So I will give you a couple seconds to catch up. And then go ahead and give me a thumbs up when you are there. Dominic. You have a question?
Yes.
Okay, what's your question?
I have a phone full of cards.
Oh, I haven't asked for that yet. But keep it in your head, and I will ask her in a second. Okay. Megan, are you with us? For a second, I'm going to skip a couple lines just like I did on Tuesday.
What?
So I'm skipping a couple lines, Gage, because I write kind of big.
A, B, C.
And who can think of something else? I'm looking for somebody that is done. They had a thumbs up and their hand is up. And let's see. Somebody that I haven't already talked to. So if I've already talked to, I'm not going to call you and see what they know. I am looking around. Gage, I saw your hand go up first. What are you thinking about the glossary?
The glossary helps you where the pages are.
Does the glossary tell you where the pages are?
No. Might know what to read about.
No. Let's look at my glossary really fast.
It's an ABC order.
What
It gives you information.
It gives you information. Or I'm going to borrow one Hazel word. Hazel, is that okay? And I'm going to combine it with your word. And I'm going to say it gives us
Information.
short facts for information, Gage. And this is my and symbol.
G.
And definition. Can you see all of that on there?
No.
Can you see all the little letters?
Thanks a lot because
Thank you, Gage. Dominic, thank you. Thumbs up when you're there. Bless you. I didn't say that you were. I just said thumbs up when you are. Awesome. I am really liking the people that are choosing to give me a thumbs up instead of shout out at me. That tells me that they're following directions and they're doing what I asked them to do. Thank you. All of table 2, all of table 3, all of table 4.
are we gonna stop early because
We are almost done. So let's get done. So we can be done. And we'll move on to what we're doing next. Yep. Alright, good. I've heard a lot of people tell me about the glossary. What kind of order is this in? Everybody tell me.
ABC order. ABC
A, B, C order.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Yep.
H,
And one more important thing that I think this is like, it's like a what?
Mini dictionary.
I love it. Like
Mini dictionary.
mini dictionary. Thumbs up when you have this done. I love that you're communicating to me without talking to me. That tells me you're following my directions. Thank you. Jackson, thank you. Kylie, thank you. Dominic and Silas, I already said thank you, but thank you, Dominic. Harper, thanks. Megan, how are you doing? Awesome. I'm so proud of you for keeping up with me today.
Me too.
You too, yeah. Mostly all of us were. That means you're following directions. I've noticed we get a lot of our work done when we follow directions and we're not talking. Have you noticed that?
No.
Yeah, I have. All right. Give me, if you're done writing, and even if you're not, think about this. Give me a thumbs up if you think you could find the glossary in the nonfiction book. Nope, I'm just kidding. No, I just want to give me a thumbs up if you could find the glossary in a nonfiction book. So only 9 of us could? See 2 hands that are not all the way up. I was looking over here and then I come back to you. Good. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put I'm going to call tables to put reading journals away and markers away, and you're going to be ready for your evaluate test when you're sitting, when you get your folder out. Okay? Marissa Legleiter, and this is my reflection for my video 3. Video 3 was about engagement and keeping the students engaged during the lesson. So what I plan on doing for engagement for this lesson was to have them use their own iPads, and this allows them to be more engaged in the book that we're doing, and it allows them to see better what we're doing and what we're looking at. I've noticed in the past that this helps keep them more focused on the lesson and what we're doing.
I also planned on using an interactive journal entry in their reading journal. This helps keep them engaged in the lesson because they are writing also. They're not just watching me write. So those were two things that I had planned to keep them engaged. However, I did notice as I was watching my video that there was students were arguing, and there was I had to do a lot of redirecting and getting them back on track as we went through the lesson, and that took away from the lessons quite a bit, I feel like, and so that needs to be worked on. I've been working on that, but I feel like I need to work on that more after watching this video. Another thing that kept students engaged, I think, was that I was right there with them as we were talking. I tried not to sit down a lot unless I was writing, but other than that, I tried to be up closer to them to keep focused on the lesson and what we were doing. Some things that went well, I think that had them using their iPads went well. They really enjoyed doing that. They were able to flip through the book again, and they were able to find it instead of just telling me where it would be. They were able to actually find it in a book, and so I think that helped them. That'll help them later in other nonfiction books when they can reflect on how they found this in this book. They'll be able to find it again in another book. So I think that was beneficial. I also think that having them write it down in their journal helps them too, because it helped them to be able to, they got to hear it from me, they got to see it, and then they got to write it down. And so that was 3 different things that they were able to do to help them to remember the glossary and the information that we talked about. They also, it wasn't on the video, but they also later that day, they were filling out a graphic organizer that went with glossary. It was kind of like a practice sheet. And so this also helped to cement the information, and they were able to apply it on this practice sheet in a way that they weren't able to do with just the video, on the video and in the actual lesson. This is my reflection for my last video. I hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.